Want. Dumelang batho ba baholo, dumelang batjha. Ke ne ke kopa fela hore re kobe mangwele hanyane ha sentse a tametse ho fihla. DM wa rona ke tla le bolella re eme. Ke ile ka re ha ke sheba ka nnete ka bona hore ba bangata mona ho lona ba banyane ho nna ba ka ema nakonyana mara ka bona ba baholo ho nna ka re reng re kobe matsoho. Dumelang batswadi. Ke mme Bongi a buang go tswa Masepaleng wa Mangaung. Re tlo le tsamaisetsa mosebetsi ona o motle wa tsatsing lena. Ha ke tsamaye ke le mong, le yena motho ke tsamayang le yena le tla mo tseba segale. Re kana ra re DJ ha ntse re eme jwalo o bentse o re fa lehlaso mo ha ntse re emetse ketapele ya rona e kene ka mona ka hare. DJ
to rent a car in the mountains, or the beach, or even at the park.
samnang zoktola bu. Oh majestando samnang zoktola bu. Oh majestando samnang zoktola bu. I will meet you at the river. I will meet you at the river. Zomtolen blome melanje this kind of sun. I will meet you at the river. I will meet you at the river. Zomtolen blome melanje this kind of sun. Zomtolen blome melanje. Zomtolen blome melanje nisolala. I will meet you at the river. I will meet you at the river. Zomtolen blome melanje this kind of sun. I will meet you at the river. I will meet you at the river. Zomtolen blome melanje this kind of sun. Zomtolen blome melanje. Zomtolen blome melanje nisolala. I will meet you at the river. I will meet you at the river.
DJ batjha ba re ba e ratile ba batla yona ena o e kwetseng batjha ka mona ba re ba e ratile ha re otle DJ lona ha le jaife so le batla DJ a letse o sa jaife re le kerekeng tje ka nnete ha re yeng phamang ka nnete phamang ha ina la fela music le sa jaife
Ela sibande Yau tlangwa ka sibande Ela ka sibande Yau tlangwa ka sibande Ela sibande Yau tlangwa ka sibande Yau tlangwa ka sibande Yau tlangwa ka sibande Fumponzitsa mebala ya wopula Kugo wopilo chinta wopila zemalo Chinta makutu fabolwa kamato Buswana lela gamu kalobo batako Bustiwa chenye soba Bustiwa nakasibande Yawu tawa kasibande Ujila bonaga idawu yesitwe ikamwe kasibande ante hegi muda humuya zamaya le matebe chanso soy parte de mi moza que japa dio lo japa ringi japa di katoka japa zamas hasi hasana lina le masu lina le khala khatana khamuka sibande
Ne ke kopa re emeng ka maoto re amoheleng baetapele ba rona. Le ka dula fatshe batswadi ba ka. Ke tlo kopa hore le re kadime ditsebe tsa lona. Ha se programa e tlo ba telele haholo. Fela ha re ka etsa hore re fe baetapele ditsebe tsa rona, e tlo ba kgutshwane le ho fetisisa. Ke batla re dule fatshe. Re tlo tseba ho qala ho sebedisa ho tsamaisa mosebetsi ona o bohlokwa hakana. Jwalo ka se ke hlalositse hore nna ke mme Bongi ke MMC mo le Mangaung, ke ikarabela ho corporate services, ke tsamaya le Ntate Karabo Sense, re tlo tsamaisa mosebetsi re le babedi. yena o tloha ka mona ka Central University of Technology. Ke rona ba tlo tsamaisa mosebetsi ona ka thapameng ena. Re ke nke motsotso le sebaka. Ke tlo kopa signal go tswa go South African Police Services gore ba sentse ba le ready go tlo re fa pina ya rona ya setšhaba. Ke tlo kopa setšhaba sa rona gore ha re bina pina ya setšhaba re ema ka maoto kaofela rona. Bontate ba tlosa dikati ba dihlohong tsa bona. Ha re ema re beha matsoho a rona lehlakoreng ho isa tlhompho pineng ena e bohlokwa hakalokalo. Ke a leboha ha re emeng kaofela. Go ska ba teng batho ba yang hodimo le tlase. Re bontsheng hlompho ho pina ena ya rona ya setšhaba. Ke a leboha. Re ka dula fatshe.
I did not hear other people sing the national anthem actually. Huh? Dumelang batho ba Freistata, dumelang! Madume batho ba Mangaung, madume! Righty, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, government leaders, members of the community as well, different religious groups, media. Thank you for joining us today. We really, really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is part 4 of the proceedings for today. Launch of the Free State Milestones of Freedom. We're broadcasting live as well on YouTube, Malepa Creatives. To our online viewers, welcome as well, all right? Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Karabo, S to the A and S, pronounced Sans, but you can call me Sanzi. Say, hey, Sanzi. I can't hear you say, hey, Sanzi. Well, today we gather here not as us making a mark in history, but we are here to make sure that we reflect on the journey. We also acknowledge those that have walked before us, and more importantly, the responsibility that me and you has to make sure that we shape the future of South Africa.
Ntate Karabo, o sa hlalositse hore tsatsing lena re keteka ke letsatsi le bohlokwa mo Freistata haholo hobaneng ke letsatsi le rona re le ma Freistata le rona re kena letsholong jwalo ka ama Afrika Borwa kaofela hore re keteke letsatsi lena le bohlokwa letsatsi leo re reng ke letsatsi la le traceang back diketsahalo tsa bohlokwa tse etsahetseng ka hara nalane ya rona ya mona Afrika Borwa.
Most definitely. Now, amongst us, we're joined by dignitaries, and Mayor's Bosch will help me out as well, right? Yeah, your colleagues in the industry, you know, the faces, everyone.
Go bohlokwa haholo go share stage le motho wa motjha jalo ka Ntate Karabo le nna ke ikutlwa ke le motjha tsatsing lena Osmamzo ke a ikutlwa le nna hore I'm clocking it clock it let's clock it
ke mo gadlaza
re a clocka ha le tlo fetwa ke president wa naha a tsebe ho clocka lona le be le sa clock office ya hae e leng teng let's clock it for the office of the president clock it we are clocking it.
Oh, let me tell you, there's another one more blomone. There's a content creator that's making the rounds Karabo Matos yene a re netso let's do netso mo gadlaza tlhagila le yalo
so utlwile he Ntate Stan Molisiwa hore mona Bloemfontein ho bana ba o mama re netso majoro re netso e re ke nke sebaka le motsotso ke amohele baeng ba rona ba bohlokwa be re nang le bona tsatsing lena ka hara rona ke tlo kala ka go amohela ke acknowledge boteng ba deputy minister wa rona ka hare ho presidency a ke re a tseba ha re bua ka presidency re bua ka eng ha ke batle nna e be nna a tlo le ruta bona ba tlo tla le ruta hore ha re bua ka president re bua ka eng ha re bua ka presidency re bua ka eng re o amohela Ntate Kenny Morolong ka hara rona mona Bloemfontein.
All right. We're also joined by members of the Executive Council here in the Free State Province. We're joined by MEC Mamiki Mabuya.
Netso.
Ragadlaza. Also joined by MEC Viceroy Nthatisi. Please, a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Ha re tloha re kena ka hara motse wa lekgotla la hae motse o moholo wa Mangaung teng re na le moetapele wa lekgotla e leng speaker sa rona sa Mangaung Ntate Letsoha-Mathae
Netso.
re be le executive mayor wa rona wa Phethahatso e leng Ntate Gregory Nthatisi Netso. So wa bona se ke kene le nna I already feel 30 jalo ka wena mona haufinyane ntle le tshenyo ya nako ha re batle go senya nako o bane nako it's very expensive so re tlo bitsetsa mogakena mogatlelong re tlo bitsa majoro wa Phethahatso wa Mangaung Ntate Gregory Musala Ntate Gregory Nthatisi o tla ke bitsa lane le size ke felletswe ke mosebetsi bana beso mosebetsi o fedile mo ke ementeng ditaba di a tena Ntate Gregory Nthatisi ke ne ke kopa le yena ke re mo emiseng bane ke a tseba ke motho a jaifang ha re memiseng netso
Amandla. Viva the presidency, viva. Viva Ntate Ramaphosa, viva. Ne le khaletse re ke viva ANC ne. Rawe, ke tlo go jaifa, mara ke kopa ha ke theoga mo. Ke ya kwa ka go dula ko hase. O ntshamekele pina e reng o zo ncengwa ho nyoko. I'm demonstrating versatility. Ke batla ho bontsha hore le nna I'm current. So ndlalle o tlo ngengwa unyoko. Ha ke theoga. Deputy Minister, I'm sure you are shocked to ram. Mutaka. Bagaetsho, my job is very simple. Na le lena batho ba Mangaung ko amogela baeti ba rona. Gommeng ke batla go simolla ka Deputy Minister rona ke re Morolong mo gatileng teng o gatile mabala a eleng gore is an umbilical cord of democracy. There has been wars of resistance and our people were defeated. But in 1912, 8th of January, they converged here as leaders and took a telling decisions to say never again shall a black child be oppressed, be suppressed. And we are now taking the bull by its horns. We are fighting for our liberation. It started all of it here. So you are welcome to the land of the liberators. We pride ourselves as the people of Mangaung. We pride ourselves as the people of Bloemfontein to say in the history and the history of this country, the history and heritage will always celebrate us for having accorded our people a place to make telling liberatory decisions. This is the sport. Let me also welcome our MEC led by Mema Miki, whom she's representing the Premier. I'm saying welcome MECs that you are here, my speaker, Nthatisi, and all dignitaries that are here. But I want to welcome also, together with me, Batuba Mangaung, for welcoming those that are here. It is you, the people of this area, that if this international monument, this international heritage site, if it doesn't take its shape, let's say Rona, it's us that must now sell this place to the world, because the people of the world would want to come and see where it started, and it started here. Reckon, I'm not going to touch on your role. You are going to teach us on the declaratory dates that the president gave us a mandate to celebrate. That's your space. My space is to say to you, when the people of this country converge, Kokodesa, and decided the destiny of this country, they were black and white, colored and Indians. They converged there. There was no country from international that was part of helping the people of South Africa to decide their destiny. South Africans themselves did so. They fought. If you look at the pictures, you'll see even some hippos getting into Kempton Park, breaking walls, people trying to say, we can't be part of this discussion. But at the end of the day, a settlement was found by the people of South Africa. Now, I'm going to demonstrate a bit of knowledge economy deliberately to say, in the world, you'll find international bodies like the United Nations, the Commonwealth, the ICC, the AU, which was the Organization of African Unities, AU now. You'll find all assorted international bodies. All of them are assigned to deal with racism, are assigned to deal with religious wars, are assigned to deal with tribalism, are assigned to deal with any other ailment you can think of in the world. In America today, you still will find shrewd racism. In the Middle East, you'll find religious wars. In Africa, you'll find hunger, malnutrition, and starvation, as well as Asia and Latin America. All those things you can mention, they are in this country. All of them. Hunger is here. Racism is here. Malnutrition is here. Religious wars, you find Pachat is here. Name anything you like. You'll find it in South Africa. But the people of the world are watching all of you with admiration. Because as a small country, without the intervention of any international community or politicians or business people, you on your own are providing solutions that were to be provided by international bodies combined, one by one. You are dealing with them as a country, as a people. So the people of the world, please just know this. The people of the world love South Africans and they celebrate them with admiration. They celebrate you because you are an answer to their problems, country by country, nation by nation. You are an answer. But the politicians of the world don't like you. And the business of the world don't celebrate you. Yet the people of the world do. Now, when on your own would not celebrate yourselves, when you are being celebrated, you are making a big mistake. Part of why you are not celebrating yourselves is to demonstrate to the world, to say you can understand the plight of an African child, and as Africans, we can live side by side. Xenophobic tendencies, Mabahambe tendencies, those are tendencies that tend to undermine our rich history. South Africans, you can do better. I'm calling upon you to begin to look at things differently and look at them at the level where you are. The world celebrate you. Celebrate yourselves. I was not harsh, ne? It's very polite. Very polite. Soon we'll be going for elections. I am not going to stand there, Deputy Minister, and talk to the converted how to vote. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I can disclose what I'm going to vote. Obviously, I'm going to vote the ANC. But I cannot talk to the converted to tell me what they are going to vote when I know what they are going to vote anyway. So we all understand each other, isn't it? A ke re a tlhaloganyana nna ke re ha ke tlo go bua le batho ba ba itseng gore ba go votelang gore ba voteleng because this is not the platform a ke re mare re le rotlhe ra itse mang le mang wa go votelang nna ebile setse ke confessitse gore ke a gae because ko ke yang go votela teng e sumolositse mo ke emeng mo ka e sumulla mo nkeng ka ba ka latlha tulo ye ba ba tla e latlhang bone ba tla ngopola ba tla ikutlwa modimo ke o ra utlwana ba gaetso modimo ke o hela yalo batho ba Mangaung hela yalo viva Mangaung viva we love you all thank you aye aye It's not me, that's the title of the song. Thank you, that's the title of the song. Thank you to the Executive Mayor of the Mangaung Metropolitan Municipality, Honorable Gregory Nthatisi. We really appreciate it. Now, the theme of this campaign is honoring the past, delivering
the future?
Thank you very much. Sithi isiXhosa isizwe esingahloniphi imbali yaso siya kwaNtshabalala. Sesotho se re setjhaba se sa hlompheng nalane ya sona siya timelong. So this is a very important gathering because re tsamaya maotong a bao ba sentse ba fitile leetong lena ba entseng hore tsatsing lena ebe re tseba ho dula mo re dutseng teng. A ke re mehleng ya kgale ne re sa kgone le hore re ka tlo ema mong ona e re emeng hona. Fela ho latela nalane ya bao ba fitileng ba entse bobebe hore tsatsing lena re be le setjhaba sena se dutseng mona. Re be le yena majoro wa phethahatso wa motho o motsho ka hara Mangaung. Jwale re tla be re lahlela nalane eo. Ha hona hore re ka lahla nalane eo. Re tlameile hore re tsamaye ho nalane eo ya hore batho ba batsho morabe ona setso sa lona se re nalane ya rona e re ha re ntshetseng pele he.
And speaking of reflecting on the past, right? Waaihoek, like the mayor mentioned, is one of the places that carries our history, not only in Bloemfontein, but in South Africa, right? So right now, technical, if you can give me a sign, Mama, give me a sign. If everything is good with the audio visuals. Huh? Alrighty, we're good to go. So we're about to see the history of Waaihoek. What happened all these years, right? And I think it's very important for us young people to also know, get educated about this place and our history in the city. So ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, screen on your side. Please watch the screens as the technical... Sorry? Hey, sign language and true, like it looked about technically is busy with sign language. All right.
2 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right. While we do that, I've been made aware that there are some dignitaries amongst us that we missed when we were acknowledging who's here and the portfolios as well. So let me quickly do this. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've been made aware that amongst us, we're joined by the Director General, Dr. Mulifinyane Pera. Please, let's welcome him. Alrighty. Alrighty, well, we are also joined by the head of Department of Sports, Arts, Culture and Recreation, Dr. Masiho Shabalala.
We clock it.
Netso.
Netso. E re kope tshwarelo hanyane ho setjhaba ho baetapele ba rona ba teng ka mona ho na le technical glitch e etsahalang ha re tlo kgona ho bapala setshwantsho kopo tape ene re tlamehile ho etsa ke kgola le bone le motlakase ha o yo sentle ke itse ilukisa dintho jwale ho thwe itlo imela motlakase ha re tlo kgona hore re ka e bapala hobane re sebedisa generator ke re generator di na le di restrictions fela he ine ile mone le tlo bapallwa ka nalane ya Waaihoek hore na Waaihoek e tswa kae hore mo re emeng teng go ile wa etsahala eng ka dilemo tse ngata tse fetileng. Mo re emeng teng mo ke mo African National Congress. Ke tlo bitsa lebitso lena le le tsebang kaofela lona hobane lebitso leo pele ka nako ha o ne o theua mokgatlo ona o bohlokwa le ne le bitswa ka tsela e nngwe fela ke tla sebedisa ena e le utlwisisang haholo ya hore mokgatlo wa African National Congress o ile wa theua o thehelwa hona mona mmu ona e re leng hona ke mmu o halalelang haholo ka 1912. Baetapele ba rona ba tswang ho merabe e fapaneng, ba tswang ho dikereke tse fapaneng, ba tswang marena a rona a tswang ho di different nations ba ne ba le teng mona. Ba kopana ba re tlo theha mokgatlo ona. Mokgatlo o tlo lwanela ditokelo tsa batho ba batsho ka hara Afrika Borwa. Mokgatlo o le ha o no theua ka nako eo ha se gore kopano ya batho ba batsho e ne e le siko. Kopano ya batho ba batsho ne ntse e le teng. Le pele re fihla mo re ileng ra fihla ra re jwale enough is enough. Re tla ne re tsamaye re le fa hanyane ho etsetsa hore le tsebe ke a tseba hore re bua majoro wa sebaka o itse re bua to the converted. I know that the people that are coming here in Mangaung, you know exactly hore what happened here in 1912. So from time to time re tla ne re le hlalosetse hore na o etsahala jwang. Ha re batlo senya nako he. Re tlo fetela pele e re ha re bua pina yela ya sanne re majoro e monate haholo bane bua ka nalane. E bua ka nalane hore ha o ka ba ho etsahala jwang. Nalane ya hao ha ona itlohela, nalane ya bo Nthatisi nalane ya bo Ntate Moshweshwe, nalane ya bo Senzanga khona, nalane ya bona kaofela, nalane ya bo Shaka, nalane ya bona kaofela, bo mme Mantsopa, mosadi a kileng a ema a tshwara thipa ka bohaleng, bo mme Nthatisi a kere re bua ka bona bo mme Lilian Ngoi, ke nalane ya bona e re buang ka yona. Re tlo kopa hore ha o re otlela pina eo ntate a tlo emela mekgatlo e kopaneng ya setjhaba. Ntate Stan Molisiwa a ba itukisetsa ho tla ka pele. Se Khlik
ha di wotle.
Ska tswa mogotsa se ntho e tshosang o se tla bona bekeng e tlang ha ba bapala diketwane tsa rona.
Ke lebohe batsamaisi ba mosebetsi Herr Comrade Greg Cllr re eleditse di mic wa itse rona re ntse re iphitlha just behind technology re bale ba buang ka di phone le di Facebook a re nna batho ba bantsi yana le tswalo le mo go nna pelo a esa ja di danom ya tlola o pole ke lebetse le process le di protocol mare ke tlore ke tsa ile ya lena le kana la re all protocol hela ya losa But safe to say, it's an honor to be given this platform, Waaihoek. It is here where socio-political ideals, vision, and ideological roadmap was navigated. And that is why we are here today, to reflect on that roadmap. Safe to say, when this started, Habatla Kopanamo and anywhere else, le politiki itlan nade. Haya started le politiki. People converged there from different organs, the civil society. Babono ho tshwaneleha ho le bohlokwa hore ba emele tokelo tsa bona. Now, and it is through that we ended up with organizations such as the African National Congress and different other organizations, primarily to fight for those rights, freedom of a black skin. Now we need to look back at that from a civil society movement. And we're saying through the eyes of the civil movement or civil society. Waaihoek is not only a place with a history. It is a test of our relationship with our own history, our heritage, our economy, and our responsibility towards development. We stand here and we look at the place and we ask ourselves, how far have we traveled? What is it that we have here? We're here to come and celebrate a building, a history, a heritage. But what is there for us as communities? Refumanang otluamu. Ano retloja dilamuno le di perekisi fela na. Kapa hona le hoong re batlang ho etsa. And we say civil society sees both the potential and the contradictions thereof. Waaihoek can be seen as a heritage asset, but also an underutilized community asset. A potential tourism and economic catalyst, but one that cannot succeed without deliberate investments and management. A reminder of history, but also evidence that remembering history is not the same as developing from it. Ha esale re kena mmusong, ha esale re le mona really government, really democracy. What is it that is tangible that we can put on the table? We're looking at this now from your position. Rona re le batho. Re kopane le mmuso. Ra re ke eng se re se behang tafoleng. There are a lot of proposals and solutions that have been provided tse tsamayang different offices. I'm here representing civil society, and I come from 051 Community Development. And I'm saying it's about time that we look at ourselves as communities. And instead of us going cap in hand to government, I guess it's one good thing about us ever since. Comrade Gregory, if you can remember, the very same civil society movement and communities post the unbending of the political movement organizations. We should go and get leaders from communities. But they are part of the liberation solution. Now they came. We took from communities, the communities are when we were oppressed. We had those little communities. The societies in in many other communities. Then we took from them, but Kenya government. Now, haba se ba le government. One mistake that we did, we didn't say to, we said to them, operate in government, but we never gave them or influenced them that don't kill the civil movement. So le bona, kya ba comfortably, ba fumana mabone, a di Cllr, ba fumana di office. That said to communities, horona kaofela, hore, the only time o ka imagine and have good life, ke how ka ba member wa a political organization. Ke how ka ba wa belong to a set branch, ke how ka tseba mang, hore kgone ho kena. And that burdened government. Rile ra emella morao, re society. This is exactly what this monument stands for. A better life for us. Mare, Rona, we gave that responsibility to the people in the offices to go and come up with solutions. We need to understand, re utlwisise hore, tsebo le bokgoni ba office e nngwe le e nngwe bo lekana le motho ka hara office eo. The capacity of every office is equal to its occupant. Now, re khutlela government-eng hape re lolla, re le community, hore ha le re etse hantle. But we've isolated those people in those offices hore ba re nahanele, ba tle ka di solution, ha ba tla ka tsona ra di lwantsha. It's about time that we as civil movement look at this monument, look at Waaihoek, look at Maphikela, look at abana kwale go slotong kwale go kile ga nna le project e don't na ya slot, this big mole ke na go imagine re itiretse bichinyana rona mo sapsapa rona ya makgwa siame. Now we need to come up with solutions, provide and give government direction. Remember that the policies had the government, the because they have to govern us. The because this one is part of the order or the system. So government is. I'm here to say from 051, I understand. I got 051 again. They are trying. 051 community development. We say it's not about the government. It's not the responsibility of government alone that your life should actually change. It's for you. It comes from you. We need to learn and go back and see ourselves. At one stage, for sure, some of you but tenka mona ne re kolomaka mabitla. Rile mabitla re lo kolomaka mabitla, ra ya dipetlele ra kolomaka dipetlele. Tsa rona mabitla a rona a fele MaQueen ke rona. Disurichi tsena tse re di bonang ka ntle tsena ke rona re di bloka. Ntho tse ngata tse etsahalang ke rona re di etsang. You see the difference between rona le makgowa. La re sa babatla. During the apartheid era, ba rutwe one thing: protect and respect order and systems. How orderly, you'd progress and you'd save a lot. Rona politiki le defiance, it rutile to defy order and systems. Now we are custodians of that very same order and system. Milao yeo, milao teo le ntho tse tswang government e jwale ke tsa rona. Ke rona tshwantse re di practice. Le khoa le tla re le bona o lahla pampiri ka festere ya koloi ka pa o tsamaya o lahla cigarette a ba re o etsa wena o bore o mmona e ka o racist. A o bona o dia palo ka moroto. Palo ya tshipi wa po. How soon mona eme palong a etsa ntho eo. Now Chabasa, so I'm coming back to you to say this freedom, Waaihoek yena, re batla ho bona mona, Comrade Greg, there are a lot of proposals. Re batla taxi rank, there are a lot of proposals. Bo faili bona boka mona bona, and misunderstanding or contradictions and whatever it's in between taxis, commuters and all that, that can be resolved. We have solutions. Re buleleng ditsela di office mo re mameleng. Mamelang setjhaba sena. Setjhaba tlong le sebetseng le government. Ho ya strateng re lo toitoya and march is now out of fashion. Re tlo matha mola re kenya di-grievances and still come back. Re tlo tsamaya hape re tlo walk and raise that very same thing. We are the solution. We have the solutions. Let's provide the solutions and work together with government. We are together. Ha hona ha ntse o supa monwana mara o ile uka o tswa hao. O ile batla mosebetsi wa o koloma ka jarata toropong. Mara o na le pavement ka jarateng o tloa monyako ya gate. Hlatsana tsa hao di dikana. You can't even look after your own. We complaining we want to live a better life like Batwa Toropong and all that. What's wrong in us doing the best with the one that we have? Our own townships. And the government, when are you listening to us? Don't come and tell us how to invest, how to do that. Listen first to what we want. Develop policies, opportunities, and paths. This thing, if you combine this, we need a precinct. Mapikela precinct. We want to see this place in the attraction. The tower there are proposals they do in the office in Bontatelebon. Take a chincham plekena. Take a kopanyale ramkral. They are kopanyale mapikela. We don't have attractions. Arena tourism, it's dead. It's really. Because haina the products. The products I think it's an ingredients history fella. Rito mola rema, ribua horno Mandela kokotile ka left abakena ka right. We need tangible return out of whatever that has been invested. But to buy investile, di pelo tsa bona le mapelo a bona. For us, not to come and complain. You are not entitled to anything. You are not entitled to anything. You have, we expect you to do something to protect and carry the future. Really amazed, bana balona ba lemetse. Mocha, unsore mocha palong, he batla bacha, he recycling re batla batho ba holo ba tsho ba etse. You can't manage your own youth. You need to emerge. Any other. Most of the leaders that we have are not necessarily leaders. Key representatives because they didn't emerge. Bankwe on a collective now that we need society to get out there. Liloi kopanang, lisebetsen together so that you should have leaders. We need leaders in the education system. It's in government day. We need leaders in the health sectors, tourism and all others, events and all that. Government would take responsibility sometimes, like would have Makufe, which is something that's supposed to actually be pushed to be done in the community itself. Mar le tlo emela government e re tlo complain or na mango jile e mang fumane VIP bang a fumana eng. I'm appealing to you. And I'm saying, we can do this thing. We can do these things. Re a dikgetho. Re a re le magasa dikgetho. Re a re sa kopana dikgetho. At one stage we were one. Ne re tseba hore re a dikgetho re a homa re lo tlhopha mang. We were one. At one stage. Re a re le magasa. And re tlo tswa mola re swabile hampi. Re tlo tswa mola dikgetong tse re yang tswana ho sena leader. Re amole re lo votela batho ba ileng hore 2-3 weeks down the line ba tla ba changeana bone from the offices. It's about time that we should reconsider. If you want to build our home, let's come back home and build our home. If we give up pile bathong bolelang hore nna ke give up pile. But we need volunteers. 051 community organization needs volunteers. We want to go back to the graveyards and clean and respect those that has passed. We need you there. We're going to start the very same program. We're going to present and say to government, this is what you can do with places like Mapikela, Ramkral. We need you come. These are our hospitals. They have everything, but that is why just drive it's a sharp even the private hospital. Otherwise,
And you can talk, huh? Thank you, Nthatisi. Alrighty, thank you, DJ. Thank you. We did say that our program gaitelele, but if ritanako, it means retuzamaka 5. Our theme is honoring the past and delivering the future. Thank you so much, Nthatisi Musiwa, for representing 051 Community Development. We're still live on social media, live on YouTube. Malipa Creatives, that's where we are at. So if there's someone on meeting on Abatla Khotamo, they could not make it, tell them to go to YouTube. I can do Wi-Fi no yen. So, all right. When we talk about delivering the future, we need to be intentional about delivering the future. Who are we creating this future for? Who's going to take over in the next coming years, right? If we are delivering or we are planning for the future, and are they going to use whatever it is that we have created today? We're speaking about young people. And I see young people as not simply the leaders of tomorrow, but I see them as leaders of today. It starts today with leadership. And then I'm going to be a leader in the next 10 years, but I've never done anything now, all right? I'm a young leader. I am an acting station manager of CUTFM. So I've been leading or managing the radio station of over 90 young people. And one thing I can tell you, it is not easy, right? But the main thing I picked up is how the 90 young people I've mentioned are ready to take over the media space. They are ready for these opportunities in the media space. And I think it also starts with us young people that have these opportunities or that are able to create these opportunities to help develop the next leadership that we want to see in South Africa. So right now, someone who's going to represent the young people in the Free State, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, everybody, please help me welcome on stage Tebu Hoko.
Dumelang bagolo, Majoro, Tate Deputy Mayor, Mokhaitsho, Tate Speaker, Mema Maboye, le everybody in the room. Ka lebitso ke Tebogo Kotsi, le tla ntshwarela ke na lo mixa Setswana le Sesotho, ne? But I'm going to be very short, by the way. Before I start anything else, there's something that we tend to forget to do, especially when it comes to the past, based on the fact that during the days, back in the days, struggle, bo papa le bo ntate mogolo le bo mama, they went to fight apartheid for us to be standing here today. And it wouldn't be an easy task. We know they had to go to exile, they'll tell you stories after stories. But we never got a chance to say thank you. Because today we've got the freedom to speak, we've got the freedom to actually express ourselves. So, without taking much of your time, we are faced with the biggest crisis currently in 2026, which is unemployment amongst Batobacha. And re dula ntse re lla re kopa the opportunities, let me say, re tlhoka the experience. And what we always plead to government and also private sector, to open up the doors for us young people. Because hasoro re dutse fela. Nna le mpona ke lana, I've never worked for any individual ever, since high school till today. From high school, I decided I want to go into business and I'm going to pursue this thing, and I've been doing all that. And ever since then till today, I've run my own company, then I've been tapping into different spaces just to try and create opportunities for young people as best as possible. I work with a truckload of young creatives from across the province and across the country. And I can tell you one thing, DG, you must know this thing. When COVID hit, President a re kwale, re bile le mathata mangata, mosebetsi le siko, go sena any other opportunities, but the young people of 2020 at that time saw an opportunity to create mesebetsi for themselves. Today, le babitsa the influencer, the content creators and all that. The very same platform, phone le data. I always tell people one thing, use your platform to access information, to access opportunities. Because irile ka lockdown go kwetswe go sena mesebetsi ba tshaba starta ba trendisa di live Facebook le bone. Today ha ke bua le lona, we've got an ecosystem e sebetsang whereby you can make money through your social media platforms. And I born because government alone decided to catch up, ma'am. Today we're live streaming on Facebook, and these things get in 2012, yeah. So, knowing us where we're going, especially focused on issue of unemployment, we need to start to say to government and private sector, please open your doors and collaborate, Lerona. Because Ntate Mandela from Robben Island, he said something very important. Are, listen to the young ones. That's all he said. And in Tweri kopela mo batsadi lebo baetapele ba rona gore re kopa le buleng ditsebe le re retsa re bua. Because ha re bua, you might think gore re banyane ga re itse sepe. But as time dintsi di tsamaya di a change. We are no longer in 1999, we are no longer in 1994, but we are in 2026. Where the world is all about digital space. Bacha ba iketsetsa tšhelete, and then ke ratang ka bacha ba no yana go gore ha bana ho. Ha re ke batla go holiding ka moso. Hana tšhelete, hana network, hana nix. But when they determine to do something, it's the resistance that we have. Ha re tlo go nna ntse re emetse mathata re re. So ntwe re kopang fela go gore re kgone go thusa batsadi ba rona ba ba dutsing kamo. Ba sa berekeng. Re le batjha re ne re ikopela fela mmuso gore kopa le buleng dikgoro le re retse ga re bua. Because the problem in that situation is how we come to government and private sector and we present concepts that can help young people to create jobs. But the problem is that the generation doesn't understand where we're coming from. So somehow we need to find a way to meet each other halfway. Because the gap is too much. It does not mean hore a 23-year-old who went and graduated with a degree, Haiti said she might not, but they might have the experience and the knowledge to implement something that you don't understand. So one thing that I would really, really appreciate, especially when you speak about freedom, is to allow young people to express themselves freely. Go on, freely. Sure, it's one. Yeah, so take maslabo. So, from government, Deputy Minister, we have the highest unemployment rate here in our province. But we've got the plans and the mechanics that can curb unemployment rate by 50%. We spoke, we went to Parliament, we've been raising our voices. There are opportunities that can open up platforms. And I wish, like I would say, there are platforms that can create employment. We need to as a government. So now, from the youth side of things, honestly speaking, all I'm going to say on behalf of my peers is that ha so re tlo nna re ga le shasha re lisa left right and center re batla fela re dirisane ntate majoro ke itse wena bontso mmamela ntse re hey tjana ke go tshepa ba chaballa re lela mo gwena gobane you are the heartbeat of SA. You are the only metro in this country where your province is shaped like a bean and it produces gold. And that's why we call it the golden bean. Take advantage of that. Spread it. Even from government, number one. I get to consider number one. We are the best of the best. All I'm going to say to you, open up your doors and please listen to what the youth has to say. Lelo nabacha, don't be afraid. Now, miracles do happen, but at the end of the day, let me not take up much of your time and say thank you very much and enjoy your day.
Thank you very much, Ntate Kotsi. Re utlwile hantle, mmuso o utlwile. But I want to also challenge the young people that are seated here. Sometimes, reconcentrator, the industry A1. There are industries that today in South Africa, the short about. Let me start just as simple librarians. We do not have enough librarians in South Africa. Hona le batho bana ka di museum ba rutang bana ka hara di museum. DG, that is another area where we do not have. We are not attracting a lot of young people in those sectors. And the institutions of higher learning, they really need to assist us. Because most of the time, what we produce, we also need to question whether are we producing qualifications so, opportunities are there, but they are dressed in overalls. You know why I'm saying that? A lot of times when we see people that are dressed in overalls, we tend to look down upon them. And then those that are wearing sharp-nosed shoes and the stiletto heels, the respect. But real opportunities are dressed in overalls. Go out there and unearth those opportunities. Government has done a lot. That is why today, we are moving on to a very important part also. Entertainment, got department ya sport as culture and recreation, DSEC, hakitsibe entertainment, but ba entertainment ke khola ba sentse ba itukisitse hore ba tle ka pele. Re tlo khona re moraonyana nakong ya rona re tlameya hore re pushe re fumane nako. Ba sentse ba le teng. DSEC Kamrao. Oh, ha ba tle ka pele he. Okay. Baetapele ba ka ba re tsamaisang ba re nako eo ba ntse ba dia ho tla rona re tswela pele re tla qetela ka bona. Re tatile. Ke tlo kopa hore re limite ho tsamaya ha rona. Re dule fatshe. Re tsebe hore re tlo fumana dipuo tse bohlokwa, not that tse di ne di se bohlokwa. Fela there are protocols in government that we need to follow, and we must make sure that those protocols ke part ya nalane akere re di hlomphe. Ke tlo ho bisetsa ka pele speaker sa Mangaung Ntate Lawrence Bongani-Mathae a tlo ho re tsebisa moyeng wa rona a tlo re fa speech sa bohlokwa tsatsing lena.
Tutsi murekele,
Regular program directors, Executive Mayor Nthatisi, DM, MEC Maboya, MEC Mahlatsi, DG Dr. Pera, HOD Dr. Chabalala, Chief Karel Mto of the Khoisan and traditional leaders, Leba Ahik Aufela. Before I call on stage, allow me, Program Director, to retrace and put together a million little things which constitute a composite picture of the footprints of our guest of honor. Ntumelle pele modulasetulo kapa wena motsamaisi wa mosebetsi pele ke bitsetsa ka pele sefaleng. Ke qale ka ho hlahloba le ho kopanya dintlha tse nyane tse ngata tse bopang setshwantsho se felletseng sa lanale le tshusumetso ya moeti wa rona ya hlomphehang. He is currently a serving member of the National Assembly of the Republic of South Africa. Ke setho sa ntlo ya ketsamolao ya Afrika Borwa e leng Parliament ya rona. He is currently serving as the Deputy Minister in the Presidency, having been so appointed on the 6th March 2023 by His Excellency President Cllr Ramaphosa of the Republic. He was reappointed on the 7th, in the 7th government on the 30th June 2024 to the same position. As a Deputy Minister, he is delegated to the Government Communications and Information Systems, Brand South Africa Trust, and the Media Development and Diversity Agency. Prior to his appointment to the National Executive, he served as a member of the Parliament Standing Committee on Finance and as an alternate member of the Standing Committee on Appropriations. Due to various political roles he played, he has developed a keen interest in prudent public administration of the state's affairs. His leadership roles of both the ANC Parliament and now the Executive Council or the executive arm of the state cumulatively made him an advocate for a transformative public administration. Yena o ile a hlahela motseng wa Ipelegen Township, Swaziland, Northwest Province. He attended Ichupeng Secondary School where he matriculated. His political awareness was sparked at a very tender age of 9, which saw him take active role in political activities and campaigns in his local community, mobilizing children behind the banner of the African National Congress. This participation was organized through the Young Pioneers Masupatsila Oltasisulu, of which he became his president from 1991 to 1994. He also participated in the Congress of South African Students, through which he mobilized the school-going youth towards the concept of the people's education for people's power. He became the provincial chairperson of COSAS in Northwest from 1998 to the year 2000, where he and his generation of COSAS youth led a campaign to integrate the public schooling system. This saw the integration of black learners into the former Model C and whites-only public schools. Throughout his public life, he participated in the ANC structures, invariably occupying different positions of responsibility and leadership, from the Young Pioneers COSAS, ANC Youth League, and the ANC itself. He was elected as a member of the ANC Provincial Executive Committee in 2011 and was appointed as the ANC Provincial Spokesperson. In 2013, he was appointed by the President of the Republic of South Africa as the Executive Deputy Chairperson of the National Youth Development Agency from 2013 to 2016. He was reappointed into the NYDA board in 2017, a position he held until his election as member of the 6th Parliament of the Republic of South Africa in 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me as I welcome on stage Honorable Deputy Minister in the Presidency, Deputy Minister Kenny Morolong.
Ke a leboga Nthatisi, the Speaker of the Mangaung Metropolitan Municipality. Jaanong a ke leboge tshono e le mphileng yone batsamaisa tirelo ya rona. Le ntshwareleng nna ke bua Setswana. Jaanong ke a itse gore mo gae mo re bua Sesotho le Setswana. Re tshwanetse ra dira yalo ka gore Mopresidente wa bosupa wa ANC ne le Motswana, Joseph Sebe Moroka, na tlhophiwa go nna president a ANC ka 1949 go fitlhelela ka 1952. Jaanong Ntate Nthatisi a ke ne ke tsena fa mo moshong o rile mo go nna re welcome home. Jaanong ke nnete ke tlile gae ke mo dilo tsotlhe di simolotseng teng. This is a sacred place of unity where our forebears converged in 1909. Ba kopane ka ntlha gore go ne go na le dipuisano tsa molaotheo wa naga moraga gore puso ka nako eo makgwa ba maesemane le ba ma-Afrikaans ba tswetswe ya gore ba tla itirela se re se bitsang re re ke Union of South Africa e tlhomilweng ka 1910. Mme ka 1909 baeteledipele ba rona ka nako eo ba ne ba mobiliziwa ke Re John Dube le ba bangwe. Ba ne ba tsenela kopano mo ba seka-seka ka mokgwa ba tshwanetse ba ipelaetsa ka teng gore maburu ba ne ba tshotse tshwetso ya gore ba tla simolola puso e senang batho ba bantsho mo boeteledipeleng ba yone. Mme ra itse gore ke ka ngwaga 1911 ga re mitsang re ke Pixley ka Isaka Seme a ne a kwala tokomane e bidiwang gote ke Native Union. A rotloetsa baeteledipele ba rona ba itse dikwalo borrakgwebo le ba bangwe gore nako e tlile ya gore re kopaneng re bue jaaka seopo sengwe kgatlhanong le maburu ka nako eo. Jaanong ngwaga moraga tokomane eo baeteledipele ba rona ba ne ba kgobokana fa ba eteletswe pele ke ene Pixley ka Isaka Seme le baeteledipele ba ba tshwana le bo Walter Khubusana, baeteledipele ba go tshwana le Solomon Sol Blackie, le mme a le mongwe fela mo boreng ba ba lefa e le mme wa ntlha go graduata, mme o montsho wa ntlha go nna le degree a tswa ko university e nngwe ko America ko Ohio, ba mmitsa ba re ke Charlotte Maxeke, o gompieno re ipelang ka ene jaaka mme yo na eteletse pele kgaratlho mo boemong jwa bomme ko setlhoeng. Ke ene gape motlhami mogolo wa Bantu Women's League e tlhomilweng ka 1918, Comrade Charlotte Maxeke. Ke teng mo lefelo le mo Re John Langali Balele Dube a tlhophilweng in absentia. So ke nnete Majoro, re tle gae, we have come home to this sacred place of unity to remember where we come from, to remember the strides made by the generation of 1912, to remember the sacrifices made by our forebears, so that you and I can stand here with a much deeper sense of pride to celebrate the fruit of our hard-won democracy. Majoro Mogolo Nthatisi, Mokhuduthamaga Dr. Maboya, baeteledipele ba rona ba bo masepala, speakera sa rona Ntate Mathae, le baeteledipele botlhe ba ba rona ba ba fa, Director General, le di-officials tsa gago, distinguished speakers and guests, baagi ba Mangaung dumelang. It is an honor and privilege to be in the Free State, a province that has played an important role in South Africa's struggle for freedom and democracy. This province has a rich history of resistance, from the courageous protest led by women freedom fighters in the early 1900s to the broader struggle against colonialism and apartheid. It is particularly meaningful that we gather today at the Wesleyan Methodist Church, a site of profound historical significance. It was here in 1912 that African leaders from across the country, under the leadership of Dr. Plixi Kaiza Kaseme, gathered to celebrate, to deliberate on the challenges facing African people and to chart a collective response to colonial rule and racial discrimination. In the same year, women in the then Orange Free State also stood up against the imposition of pass law, submitting a petition signed by 5,000 women to Louis Botha, the then Prime Minister of the Union of South Africa. In 1912, bomme ba ba fetang 5,000 ba ne ba ipelaetsa kgatlhanong le go introduce ga di-pass laws. Ba marcha from this very province, ba ipelaetsa kgatlhanong le go tlhomiwa gape ga union ya South Africa. These acts of courage and collective action reflect the deep roots of resistance in this province and remind us that the journey towards freedom was shaped by both men and women who refused to accept injustice. When their concerns were ignored, South African women took to the streets of Bloemfontein a year later in 1913, publicly tearing up and burning their passes in an act of political defiance. Their resistance spread to other towns in the old Orange Free State, including Wynberg, Senegal, and Jagersfontein. This tradition of resistance was carried forward by pioneering women such as Charlotte Maxeke and Cecilia Makiwane, whose courage and activism contributed to the broader struggle for human rights and freedom. Women also established their own organizations to confront injustice and advance their rights. Their courage and activism form part of a long tradition of women challenging discriminatory laws and systems of oppression, laying a strong foundation for a future generation of women who would carry the struggle forward in the decades that followed. In 1955, about 2,000 women, led by Mayor Aida Mtwana, a prominent anti-apartheid activist and the first president of the Federation of South African Women, marched to the union buildings, then the seat of the apartheid government, carrying petitions against the extension of past laws to women. When the apartheid government refused to listen to the women's demands, a year later, these courageous women organized another march, which would later become one of the largest marches that ultimately changed the course of South African history, the August 9, 1956 Women's March. On this day, more than 20,000 women marched to the union buildings in Pretoria. They were led by Rahima Musa, Lillian Goy, Helen Joseph, and Sophie Williams de Bruyn. From these provinces, they were joined by the late Annie Clarence Peters, who helped mobilize women from the then Orange Free State to take part in the march. The women went to Pretoria to hand over a petition with more than 100,000 signatures to the South African Prime Minister then, Hans J.G. Strijdom. The echoes of their chant, Watinta Bafazi, Watinti Mbogoto, Uzofa, reverberated across the nation and inspired generations of freedom fighters. Women and girls alike, men and boys alike, a nation mobilized in the pursuit of justice and peace. As we pay tribute to the women who took part in these historic marches, we must also honor the men and women whose sacrifices, often made far from their homes and families, helped bring about the democratic South Africa we enjoy today. Bringing our fallen activists home is therefore not only an act of remembrance, it is an important part of preserving our own history, restoring dignity to those who sacrifice their lives, and ensuring that generations understand that the ultimate price was paid for the freedoms we enjoy today. In this spirit, through the repatriation program, government is ensuring that the mortal remains of activists from the Free State who perished in exile are finally brought home for a burial in Bloemfontein. Among them are Matlomola Loatle, who passed away in Livingstone, Zimbabwe, and Sabata Tautau, who passed away in Zambia. Jaanong puso e tshotse tshwetso ya gore go na le balolakgaratlho ba rona ba e leng gore ba latlhegetswe ke matshelo a bone ga ba le ko dinageng tse di kontle ba ile gore lwanela. Jaanong re tshwanetse ra netefatsa gore ba boela gae gore re tle go kgona go ba fitlha go ya ka meetlo ya rona le go netefatsa gore moya ya bone e robala ka kagiso. Jaanong bangwe bao ba ba tlogetseng botshelo bo bo kwa kwano ba le ko dinageng tse di kontle ba akaretsa Matlomola Lewatle o a tlhokafaletseng ko Livingstone ko Zambia le Sabata Tautau o leng gore o tlhokafaletse ko Zambia. These courageous freedom fighters belong to the Madinoga and the Lutulu detachments respectively. Their return home is a restoration of dignity and a tribute to their sacrifices, ensuring that their mortal remains do not remain forever exiled from the land of their birth. Program Director, the 70th anniversary march to the Union buildings we're observing forms part of the Milestones of Freedom campaign we are launching today. The Milestones of Freedom campaign is being commemorated through a long-year program under the theme, Honoring the Past, Delivering the Future. This year's program brings together 4 anniversaries, the first one being the 30 years since the adoption of the Constitution, an adoption which occurred much later, earlier in Parliament, and the Constitution that was enacted into law in Sharpeville in 1996. 50 years since, in 1976, student uprising, re gopola bana ba rona ba ba ikile ba ipeta dipelo mme ba latlhegelwa ke matshelo a bone ka 1976 ko Soweto. Puso ya tlhaolele ya apartheid e re bolaetse bana ba le 600 ka motlha wa 1976 ka June 16. 70 years since the 56 Women's March and 60 years since the forced removal from District 6. These milestones reminds us of the vision, the courage and determination of those who came before us. As part of this milestone campaign, we have over the past few weeks been traveling the length and breadth of our country, visiting provinces and communities. We did and are doing this truly to mobilize our people to celebrate the gains, achievements, and milestones of 32 years of democracy and life in a free and democratic society. The 30-year review report of South Africa's democracy demonstrates a significant progress made in building a truly democratic and prosperous nation. The report also shows that there's still much more to be done progressively to move to an even more prosperous state. Program Director, as well, celebrate these milestones of freedom. Every province has a story to tell about their province, about the progress rather that we've made since 1994. Our successes include providing access to basic services, improving infrastructure, creating opportunities for young people, and improving healthcare and education. I encourage the Free State Province to proudly share its successes and demonstrate how democratic governments continues to make a meaningful difference in the lives of South Africans. These achievements should be told through the voices and experiences of the communities we serve. Ladies and gentlemen, we also honor the legacy of the youth of 1976, whose courage exposed apartheid's brutality and ignited resistance across the country. Since 1994, we have sought to honor their sacrifice by opening the doors of learning and transforming an education system once defined by racial exclusion and one that is inclusive and into one that is inclusive and democratic. In essence, we've made significant strides in building people's education for people's power. Section 29 of the Constitution gives everyone the right to basic education, including adult basic education. Honorable MEC, we must commend you and the successive provincial governments for your strong education results, especially the matric results, which have improved over the years from 69% in 2009 to 89.33% in 2025. Although you lost the top position, which you have held for 6 years in a row, you remain one of the best performing provinces in our country. You came second after KwaZulu-Natal, which achieved 90.6%. Your 91% record set in 2024 still stands. So congratulations. We encourage you to keep working hard so that you can produce a quality pass for every learner sitting for the matric exam. In this regard, we also congratulate MaQueen Secondary School in Cllr for achieving 100% pass rate in physical science for 9 years in a row since 2017. We must also recognize the 6 learners from Sentinel Primary School in Cllr, who represented not only the province of the Free State, but also our country at the robotics competition in Singapore last year. This province has made good progress in giving children a strong start through the early childhood development services. The 2025 General Household Survey shows that ECD attendance was highest in the Free State at 48.5%. This was followed by Gauteng at 41.5%, the Western Cape at 39.7%, and Limpopo too at 39.7%. This also shows that school attendance amongst people aged 5 years and older was the highest in the Eastern Cape at 92.3%, followed by Mpumalanga at 91.3%, Limpopo at 91.2%, and KwaZulu-Natal at 91.1%. In the Free State, the figure was 88.9%. The progress in education extends beyond the schooling system into higher education. The Free State is a home to institutions that continue to expand opportunities for young people to acquire skills and qualifications that contribute to the province's development. In 2024, the University of the Free State produced more than 9,200 graduates. This includes about 6,400 undergraduates plus 1,900 postgraduates at honors, masters, and doctoral levels. This is a powerful reminder that the aspiration of the 1976 young people continue to find expression in the educational opportunities available to young South Africans today. Ladies and gentlemen, 30 years of democracy have brought a meaningful improvements to the lives of the people of the Free State. Today, 88.5% of households live in formal dwellings, while 37.6% live in government-subsidized RDP housing. Access to electricity for lighting has reached 94.6% of households, while 92.2% of households have access to piped water inside their dwellings or yards. Access to improved sanitation has also expanded significantly, with 76.3% of households having access to flush toilets in 2022. These figures represent more than service delivery statistics. They represent homes, they represent electricity, water, sanitation, education, and improved opportunities for the people of the Free State. Program Director, while these gains demonstrate how democracy has improved the lives of millions of South Africans, our journey of freedom also requires us to confront the injustices that continue to shape the lives of many of our people. Land and spatial inequality remain among the enduring legacies of apartheid. This year, we mark 60 years since the forced removal from District 6, a painful reminder of the dispossession and displacement that characterized our past. We are pleased with the progress being made to restore hope through land reform as part of our broader commitment to redress and national reconciliation. Earlier this year, my colleague, Deputy Minister in the Presidency, Nongceba Mhlauli, together with the Minister of Land Reform and Rural Development, Mr. Zwanele Nyonsho, visited the Free State as part of government's efforts to accelerate land reform, strengthen security of tenure, and ensure that lands becomes a source of dignity, opportunity, and empowerment. During the visit, they met directly with land reform beneficiaries and handed over 58 title deeds to farmers and farm dwellers in Bethlehem in the Free State. Of these title deeds, about 48 were given to farmers who had leased departmental farms for more than 10 years, while 10 will be given to farm dwellers. These handovers support land restitution and helps restore dignity to people who were affected by historical land dispossession. As of the 31st of December 2025, a total of 83,721 land claims have been settled nationally, restoring 3.9 million hectares of land and benefiting more than 2.3 million people and 468,771 households since 1994. Of these, 181,411 were female-headed and 1,221 were households headed by persons living with disabilities. In addition, approximately 27.6 billion has been paid as financial compensation to qualifying beneficiaries, while approximately 5.5 billion has been allocated in the form of development grants. Program Director, the Milestones of Freedom campaign is an opportunity to reflect on how far we have come, recognize the resilience that brought us here, and renew our commitment to the work that remains. By remembering our history and learning from it, we can build a more inclusive, just, and prosperous future for generations to come. We must remember that our road to democracy was not easy, and apartheid damage was deep and systematic. Rebuilding our country was never going to be simple. Yet, our successive democratic governments have worked to build a South Africa that works for all. More still needs to be done. We honor the past to deliver the future. Ke a leboga.
One more time for the Deputy Minister in the Presidency, Honorable Kenny Morolong. Come on, matsogo batho. Alisa gadlazane. Alisa gadlazane. Litampehile. Neso. Alrighty, thank you so much to the Deputy Minister in the Presidency, Honorable Kenny Morolong. We really, really appreciate it. Guys, as I've mentioned that we're moving swiftly with our program, right? Unfortunately, the Premier of the Free State Province could not join us today, MaQueen Letsoha-Mathae, because, Free State. So she has other commitments as well, right? But under her leadership, she has MECs, and one of the MECs will be here to represent the Premier. But before I do that, let me tell you more about the MEC. She is a distinguished educationist, public servant, and leader who was born and raised in Tumahule Parades in the Free State Province. She was married to the late Mr. Paseka Simon Maboya and is a proud mother of 3 and grandmother of 5. Dr. Maboya began her professional career in 1981 as a mathematics teacher at Cllr High School in Qwaqwa. She later served as head of department for mathematics and science at Thulabudiba High School before joining Bonamelo College of Education as mathematics lecturer. She subsequently became a mathematics subject advisor in what is now the Fezile Dabi District Education District, where she played an important role in supporting educators and strengthening the quality of mathematics teaching. Over more than 4 decades in public service, Dr. Maboya has established herself as a strategic, innovative, and results-driven leader. During her tenure as Chief Director in the Free State Department of Education, she led a team whose efforts contributed significantly to the province's consistent position among the country's leading provinces in the national matric results. She later served as Deputy Director General in the National Department of Basic Education, where she played a key role in the development and implementation of significant curriculum policies aimed at transforming education in South Africa. Her academic achievements are equally remarkable, by the way. She obtained a master's degree in mathematics education from the University of Leeds in the United Kingdom and went on to earn a PhD in mathematics education from the University of the Free State, becoming the first Black woman to achieve a doctoral qualification in this field from the institution. Dr. Mabuya's leadership extends beyond government. She has served in various professional, governance, and political structures, including as member of the Umalusi Quality Council and the Institute of Directors of South Africa. She has also served on the Education and Health Subcommittee of the ANC Provincial Executive Committee and currently serves as a member of the ANC National Executive Committee on the ANC's Women's League, where she chairs the Economic Transformation Committee. She is a respected voice in the education industry and has presented papers on education nationally and internationally and has co-authored academic publications on mathematics education in both local and international journals. In 2024, Dr. Mabuya was appointed as member of the Executive Council for Education in the Free State Province, marking another significant chapter in a career defined by excellence, commitment, and transformative leadership. With more than 40 years of experience, she continues to be recognized for her strategic leadership, professional integrity, strong work ethic, and enduring contribution to education and public service. One more time for Dr.
Clock it.
Mabuya, ladies and gentlemen.
Hela ya.
Yo. Ewa gadlaza mutho. Ela yalo. Netso. Re tlhagile re le yalo. Well, let me take this opportunity to convey my warmest greetings to the Deputy Minister in the Presidency, Nthatisi Morolong. Also convey my greetings to the Executive Mayor of Mangaung Metropolitan Municipality, Councillor Nthatisi. A word of appreciation and acknowledgement also goes to the Speaker of Mangaung Metropolitan Municipality, Nthatisi, members of the Executive Council present here. I know Nthatisi was here earlier on. Councillors and distinguished leaders who are here. Our Director General, Tate Pera, Head of Department, Sports, Dr. Chabalala, representatives of civil society and faith-based organizations, Marana Aruna, Atenkwano students, and the youth of the Free State, veterans of the liberation struggle, members of the media, distinguished guests, batho ba Mangaung, dumelang sanibonane goye more, actually it's a good afternoon. Dumelang ba botlhe. And join me also in celebrating Women's Month. Happy Women's Month to all the women of the Free State. We gather here today on very sacred ground. We stand at the Waaihoek Wesleyan Church, a place where the very foundations of our freedom were laid. It was here on the 8th of January 1912 that a group of brave delegates from the 4 provinces of South Africa convened to form the South African Native National Congress, which would later become the African National Congress. I think much has already been said about this place. Much has already been said about our heroes. And I think I will just go straight to the section which I think matters most. What we can say is that much as we are celebrating our freedom, we must agree, after listening to the representative of the civil society, representative of students, that batho ba rona ba kgathetse ke di-slogan. We have to agree that our people are tired of slogans, and the message that they are conveying to us is that freedom demands action. Freedom demands accountability. Freedom demands that we deliver. That is the message that is clear and loud from our people. And in this election year, as we prepare to go to the polls to elect our local government, we must ask ourselves, what are we doing to honor the sacrifices of men and women that were mentioned here? The theme of this campaign is not just a slogan, it is a call to action, honoring the past, delivering the future. How do we deliver the future? We deliver it by ensuring that the dreams of Charlotte-Matheke and the women of 1913 are finally realized. They dreamed of a South Africa where a black woman would not be forced to carry a pass just to walk the streets. They dreamed of a country where a teacher would not be arrested for educating her community. They dreamed of a nation where our children would be free. As we commemorate these national milestones, let us also reflect on what they mean for us here in the Free State. The 70th anniversary of the 1956 Women's March. This year marks 70 years since the historic Women's March. In the Free State, it was the women of this province who in 1913 first stood up against the past laws. It was the women of Waaihoek, Wynberg, and Jagersfontein who showed the nation what resistance looks like. Their courage inspired the more than 20,000 women who marched in 1956, and their legacy continues to inspire us. The 50th anniversary of the 1976 Youth Uprising, this year marks 50 years since that uprising, when young people rose against the imposition of Africans as a medium of instruction. Their sacrifice was not in vain. Today, we see people in the Free State, young and old, excelling in education, in sports, in entrepreneurship. We see them taking their rightful place in building our province. I must also indicate that we do have young people, our own, from Botshabelo in particular. 170 of them who are studying engineering, Deputy Minister, in the Western Cape. And very soon we will be celebrating them, including those who are also studying engineering, who are from around Bloemfontein here. We will be having that lunch with them just to show the impact of the results that we have been talking about. The 30th anniversary of the Constitution, our Constitution adopted 30 years ago, is a beacon of hope. It guarantees equality, human dignity, and freedom from discrimination. It is a document that the women of 1913 would have embraced. It is a document that Charlotte-Matheke would have been proud of. It is our duty to ensure that the promise of our Constitution is realized for every person in the province. The 60th anniversary of the forced removals from District 6 in Cape Town. We remember the pain of forced removals, the destruction of communities, the tearing apart of families. We remember so that we never allow such injustice to happen again. Honoring the past means nothing if you do not deliver the future. And that is exactly what the 7th administration of the ANC-led government is doing in the Free State. We are transforming our economy. The Free State remains the preferred renewable energy investment destination in the country, with renewable energy projects taking capital investment in excess of 100 billion. As I declared in the State of the Province address, SOPA, by the way, remember now I'm speaking as the Premier of the Free State. A ke re ke fuwe monyetla nyana. We are revitalizing mining, supporting small-scale miners, and curbing illegal mining. We are investing 1.4 billion to complete road infrastructure projects, focusing on rural roads, small towns connectivity, and pothole eradication. We are investing in education. Education remains the single largest recipient of our budget, with more than 20 billion allocated for the 2026-27 financial year. We achieved an impressive 89.3% pass matric rate in 2025. We have increased bursaries from 200 to 300 for the 2026 academic year. As reported in the SOPA, we are investing in early childhood development, with 97,540 children now accessing early childhood development. I'm talking about bana ba dilemo tsa 0 to 4 years. We are beginning to make strides. And I think as the province, we are amongst the highest in terms of universal access to early childhood development. And this is where it starts. For instance, in my budget speech, my maiden budget speech, I did mention that hake MEC ya grade 12. MEC ya bana kaofela ho tloha ho 0 years up to 18 years. And this is what is demonstrated by this achievement. We are strengthening healthcare. Healthcare is the second largest area of expenditure, with 15 billion allocated for 26-27. We have appointed medical specialists, medical doctors, nursing staff, and absorbed community healthcare workers. As you would know, any organization is just as good as its people. So this is what we have done in as far as healthcare services are concerned. We are building houses and restoring dignity. We have built houses for military veterans, for families affected by the mine dam disaster in Allenridge, and for hundreds of families across the province. We are restoring dignity through home ownership. Bekele Beke is working. We have seen Tate Saki Mukwena crisscrossing the province, making sure that he restores the dignity of our people. We are fighting gender-based violence. Our government has classified GBVF as a national disaster. We have, as the Free State, heeded the clarion call to curb the scourge by hosting men's indabas across the districts of our province. We fully understand that we cannot be able to fight gender-based violence alone without involving men. As you would know, in most cases, men are the perpetrators. We will not rest until our women and children are free and safe in this province. We are fixing local government. This remains the year of decisive action to fix local government and transform the economy. We are implementing interventions in municipalities struggling to deliver basic services. We are strengthening governance, increasing municipal revenue, and improving audit outcomes. Program Director, as we honor the past and deliver the future, we must also celebrate the people of this province, young and old, who are already making their mark on the world stage. They are the living embodiment of the freedom that Nthatisi and the women of 1913 fought for. Lerato Cllr from Bochabela in Bloemfontein is one such young woman. On the 24th of July 2026, Lerato was appointed as the National Under-21 Women's Hockey Team Manager. Can we give a big round of applause for her? This is no small feat. Her dedication and hard work have not gone unnoticed. She was awarded Administrator of the Year at the 2024 Free State Sports Awards, a recognition of her outstanding contribution to sport administration. In addition to her demanding work as a sport administrator, Lerato is also employed as an assistant director to the regional manager for employee sports and recreation at the Department of Correctional Services, covering the Free State and Northern Cape region. Lerato, you are a trailblazer. You are showing young women in this province that there are no limits to what they can achieve. You are carrying the torch of freedom forward, and we are immensely proud of you. And then there is Musa Mukalube, a 16-year-old learner from Trio High School in Kroonstad. Between the 3rd and the 31st of July 2026, Musa left our shores to take part in the AFS intercultural programs in Brazil. This global not-for-profit network provides intercultural learning opportunities to help people develop their knowledge, skills, and understanding to create a more just and peaceful world. But what struck me most about Musa's journey is her observation about what she learned in Brazil. She said, and I quote, "The Brazilians are not overly reliant on coal to generate energy, but rather use hydro energy and solar power. They are making use of sugar cane to make biofuel, and I think that our country must also move in that direction, particularly given how expensive petrol is." That's what Musa said. These are young people that we have to listen to, which is what Ntate Kotsi was saying. As they knock our doors, we have to start to listen to them because they are coming with innovations and very brilliant ideas that will take this province to greater heights. Musa, you are not just a learner. You are a global citizen. You are thinking about the future of our country, about sustainable energy, about the cost of living, about how we can build a better South Africa, and of course, even a better Free State. You embody the spirit of this campaign. You are honoring the past by delivering the future. These exemplary citizens of the Free State, Lerato and Musa, are but part of the hope and resilience this province possesses. They are perfect examples of what it means to have fought for freedom. They are part of the reason we continue to build a better province. They remind us that the future is indeed in good hands. Program Director, as I conclude, I must implore all of us to be honest that challenges remain. Gender-based violence and femicide still plague our communities. Unemployment still affects too many of our people, and service delivery still falls short in too many areas. But we will not tire, we will not rest, and will not yield. The women of 1913 did not give up. The youth of 1976 did not give up. The founders of our democracy did not give up, and neither will we give up. I call on citizens of this province, including the youth of this province, to pursue education, leadership, and entrepreneurship. When it comes to education, I normally say that, batswadi ba ka, re bue le bana ba rona, ba ske ba ya ho tsena tse ka reng di bonolonyana. Hoba tsena tse bonolonyana ha di sana future, di careers. Ra utlwana ke re? Ngwana a ntsa go wena o lo etsa marketing, ha ke re marketing e mpe. Maro o mo botse hore na jwale ka o sona le ntho e bitswang artificial intelligence e se etsa marketing, ebe yena o tla tswella jwang hore a phele alongside artificial intelligence. Re kgothaletse bana ba rona ho etsa di-careers tse leng hore di na le future. Ho na le di-careers tsa bo data analysis, dintho tse ka reng bo cyber security, ke tsona ntho tse leng hore they are becoming more fashionable. Because ha re ba tloela ntse ba lo etsa bo HR, hantle we are increasing the rate of unemployment. Ra utlwana batswadi ba ka? As a brief, le ba kgalemele, le ba shape matsoho le re ha o lo etsa HR. HR bese ya teng e se tletse. Opa matsoho. O ska thabela hore ngwana o ile university fela. O check o le motswadi hore na o lo etsa career efeng university. That is very important. Ra utlwana batswadi. Haholo jwang mmuso wa rona o fana le ka NSFAS. Etsa hore NSFAS eo e tswele ngwana hao molemo. E ska ba NSFAS e tlo etsa ngwana hao ebe o ntsa dutse hae ha thole mosebetsi. Re batla di-course bana ba etse entrepreneurship. Ba tla ba tsebe ho tlo thusa government to create jobs ntate Phera rather than bana ba rona ebe di-job seekers all of them. Let us build a free state and a South Africa where every woman is safe, every child is educated, and every citizen has an opportunity to thrive. Let us build a province that Charlotte Matlake and the women of 1913 would be proud of. Kamantswana kere, ke a leboha, nyabonga, baya danki, I thank you.
Malibongwe. Malibongwe. Igama lamakhosikazi. Wathinta abafazi. Wathinta imbokodo. Thank you very much, Ausmamiki, Memamiki Maboya, the MEC responsible for education. Rakadula Fase. Re sentse re fihlile pheletsong ya mosebetsi. Ke ne ke re batho bana ba sports ba tlameileng hore ba re otle ka lehlaso. Ba itukise ba sentse ba lokisa jwalo ha re kopa hore monga bona a itukisetse hore a tlotla leboha batho ba monana net ha ba qeta fela ka the last sound re tlo emisa re kopa Dr. Masego Shabalala to come on stage and do the vote of thanks, but before that ke ne ke kopa batswadi ba ka le tsebe hore khothe khona le di ntho tse yang ka maleng le nna ke bolelletse jwalo ha ke so di bone fela ho thwe di teng ene tsa rona re tlo di fumana hona mo dutsing ha o ka tloa stulong ha o tlo di fumana o tla hlalosa hore na tse ding di fumaneha kae fela tsona di teng a kere. Over to you, the band there at the back.
all right. We're about to close it nicely, wrap it up nicely with a bow. But before we do that, I have to make a few announcements as me atlalusite, right? Ke multilingual, ke tla bua ka Setswana le ka Sekgowa, right? So here's how we're going to do. Me o tlhalositse gore re tlile go jela kabo, right? So please don't leave your seat. Ska tloga mo setulong sa gago. Batho ba tla tla ba go thusa and they will give you dilo tsa gago, right? And then the deputy minister and his delegation and the VIPs, the team will come and escort you and take you to the where you are going to be having your lunch as well, including you as well, right? I don't know, naka sala or ke tsamaya? Ke sala or ke tsamaya? All right, before we conclude our program, vote of thanks. Ke kopang attention ra tsamaya nou yana. Ka le kopang hanyane fela and then re feditse. Ke a kopa. To give us the vote of thanks, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Masego Chabalala, Head of Department of Sports, Arts and Culture in the Free State Province.
DM, what you've just listened to is our in-house band. Free State has got talent. Program directors for the day, Councillors Bongile Tsoledi, Karabo Sense, a cool young program director from the coolest community radio station. Our leaders who well led today's event, we sincerely thank you, Deputy Minister, MEC on behalf of the Premier, Executive Mayor, the Speaker, the Director General, and all other dignitaries in our midst. Your presence shows that it is important to celebrate today's event like this. To the SAPS band that has just departed, we thank you for leading us in the singing of the national anthem, as it is one key significant contribution towards ensuring that South Africa maintains its heritage. Executive Mayor, we know now what is your favorite song. We thank you for welcoming us and opening today's program. The civil society organization represented by Nthatisi Mulusiwa. Nthatisi, we have heard you and we have committed as government to improve on the current attempts or efforts that we have in place to ensure that we work with the civil society organization to solve the problems of today. It is good that your plea was not that government must deliver alone. You were confirming that you are available to help us reach out to more members of the society, acknowledging that the resources do not actually make it possible for us to help everyone. The voice of young people of the Free State was represented well by Ntate Bokgokotsi, and I'm not going to respond much on that because the MEC on behalf of the Premier, Osacholo, what is government doing to make sure that the voices of young people are heard? It means we need to do more in terms of listening to more voices to solve the current problems of today that are not same as the problems of the youth of the 1976. Your message is very clear that we must work together to deal with youth unemployment, listen to young people and understand what they are going through, and most importantly, we must open the doors and create opportunities for them. Speaker of Mangaung Metro, Councillor Dr. Letsoha-Mathae, we thank you for a befitting introduction of the Deputy Minister. Deputy Minister in the Presidency, Ntate Morolong, thank you for choosing heritage sites as venues for the Milestone of Freedom program for the Free State Province. Being here in a place connected to our history makes today even more meaningful. It reminds us that our democracy did not happen overnight. It is a journey that we must understand, protect, and pass to the future generation. We also thank you for helping to take forward this special project as declared by His Excellency, President Cyril Ramaphosa. MEC Maboya, thank you very much for speaking on behalf of the Premier and for giving us a strong Free State perspective on the milestones of freedom and reminding us to think deeply about where we come from and where we are going, and most importantly, the service delivery milestone as part of the milestones of the freedom in the Free State Province and the country at large. The Office of the Premier, led by the Director General, Dr. Pera, we thank you for the hard work and for well coordinating today's event. The Presidency team and the GCIS team, thank you very much for working with us and providing content and ensure that we stick to the purpose of today's celebration. Government communicators and all media houses today, thank you for helping us to tell the story of our freedom and making sure that the important stories are reaching our communities. Everyone who took part in the march today, DM, it was very important also to thank them, especially bomme ba rona ba baholo le bontate ba rona ba baholo who endured the distance between Nalan and here. Re lebohile haholo. You can clap hands for yourselves. Our elders, our traditional leaders, our church leaders, our civil society leaders, business leaders, students from institutions of higher learning and community at large. Ke rata hore ntle le lona ha hona mokete. Without you, there is no event. Without you, there is no story to tell. And without you, there is no future to build. Your presence today shows that our freedom belongs to all of us. Deputy Minister, the Free State chapter is closed like this today. Let us remember that today is a special Free State chapter honoring our past and delivering the future. Let us take the lessons of our past, listen to our people, especially our young people, and continue working together to build the Free State and the South Africa we want. Ke a leboha, siyabonga, and thank you.
Righty, thank you so much, Dr. Chabalala. We really appreciate it. I think it's good that we have someone who does vote of things. I think I would have forgotten a lot of people there. Thank you, Cllr. I see more people are coming in. Siyayivala manje. Sesiqedile manje. Sesiqedile manje. Ka itse ba bang ba tatetse o kile ba no lata ngwana ko sekolong. Mabaka so re dirile bošofo ha re 2:30 go fetse ne because re tlhagile re le yang net so ra ka tlatsa osa. Alrighty, in closing, I would like to thank each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us today. The program started early in the morning. You traveled from different places. We really, really appreciate your presence tonight. But thank you for paying attention. We really, really appreciate your presence for today. Thank you so much for honoring us with your presence. Different departments that are here, the Deputy Minister in the Presidency and your team, we really, really appreciate it. The GCIS, my colleagues in the industry, hey, thank you. Members of the media as well, the technical team, thank you so much for making sure that we sound lekker and we look lekker there on the camera. For the last time, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Karabo. S to the A and D, S, pronounced Sans, but you can call me Sanzi. Let's do it for the last time. Say, hey, Sanzi. I can't hear you. Say, hey, Sanzi. I am the acting station manager of CTFM 105.8. Mamelan CTFM is the coolest radio station in the Free State. I am a corporate MC, so maybe you will be hosting Lenyalo, Sunu, Batla MC, Kete, you're hosting awards soon, fashion what net, so I will be there. Enjoy the rest of your day. Itlokomeleng salan sentle modimo ke o ke lebohile.